From the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
Johnny, what does this number mean? Mrs. John Martin, 37, was hit by a car.
Oh, that's how old she is, honey.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, I don't believe it. That's a terrible thing to do. Why do they allow it?
What?
Floyd Patterson, 194, will fight Igemar Johansson, 205.
Angel, starring Annie Fargé and Marshall Thompson. Created by Jess Oppenheimer. Brought to you by Johnson's Wax, makers of Glade, the light-scented air freshener that makes indoor air seem fresh as all outdoors.
Sir, how do you get rid of household odors?
Ach, ich bin spritzen und sprayen mit das bestunkene Brandex, aber schweren und stampen, raus mit dem.
And that gets rid of odors?
Nein.
Then try Johnson's Glade, the light-scented air freshener. Glade doesn't just mask odors, it destroys them, actually gets rid of them. Glade makes indoor air seem fresh as all outdoors. Get Glade today.
Gracias, senor.
Gracias?
So bad now. Well, the doctors took off. Oh, no, Johnny, please come back. No. Let's all talk together. I want to spend every minute I can with my husband before he leaves me.
Oh, honey, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia, just for Fresno for a couple of days.
We were going to talk about the election. That's not girl talk.
Oh, but I'm very interested in these things. And if you wish, we will be glad to discuss politics. We'll what?
Honey, that's very sweet of you, but this election coming up Tuesday is all on the local level, and it's very complicated.
But politics is important. It's just as important to the wife as the husband.
Well, all right. What do you think about Proposition G?
I don't know much about it.
Well, you know, it's that park improvement bill. It's kind of confusing.
No, Johnny, I think you are making a mistake.
Huh?
No, Proposition G is not park improvement. It is a water tax.
Oh, that's huge. She's telling you.
No, dear. Proposition G is the park improvement bill.
No, but I'm sure it is a water tax.
Well, that's my bride. In addition to being cute, the French are very stubborn. Won't believe a thing until you prove it to them. Now, look, I got a sample ballot.
About Doris Palmer's nose, it wasn't helped a bit. It's just as big as it ever was. It's just been rearranged a little.
Now, look, this is a sample ballot. And right over here is a list of the propositions, you see. And right here it says in black and white, Proposition G. It's a water tax.
The first discussion of politics I've ever enjoyed.
Don't worry, Johnny. I will not be an I told you so.
Thanks, he.
But I did told you so.
Now, wait a minute. So Proposition G is the water tax. What's it all about, anyhow? I gather it's got something to do with a tax on water.
Now, there's a keen mind.
Well, actually, what it boils down to is simply whether property owners should pay a tax on the use of water. Yes or no? Simple as that.
No, that's... No.
No. If you've got something to say, you go right ahead and say it.
Well, this proposition is a tax designed to affect all users of water. Not only those who own property, but those who rent it and lease it as well.
You mean people will have to pay a water tax even if they don't own their own house?
No, George. She's got it all wrong.
Oh, but no, Johnny, I'm sure what I'm saying. I was...
Oh, honey, please. Now, you should have quit while you were ahead. Now, look, this tells all about the propositions here, you see, and there's proposition A, B, C, here we are, G. This tax is primarily designed to affect not only owners of property, but renters and lessors as well. But there's one thing I can't stand is someone reading my mail.
I did something wrong?
No.
Well, I only look at it so I will know how to vote.
Oh, well, honey, that's wonderful, but you can't vote.
And why can I not?
Well, you're not a citizen yet.
But I am married to you.
Oh, sure, that automatically makes her a citizen.
You see?
No, I'm sorry. I looked into it.
Seems to me you automatically become a citizen.
No, you have to wait 3 years, then you can take out your papers, and until then, you're not a citizen.
I am citizen. But do I not live in this country? Do I not live in this city? I shop in the store every day. I buy many things on the installment plan. I have many bills. I am 100% American.
Honey, even so, you couldn't possibly vote because you didn't register.
But I was not told about registering. Well, I think I am citizen. I will go tomorrow and look for myself.
Well, wait a minute, Angel. You make it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about.
John, I wouldn't push that line of reasoning too far.
Johnny, it means so much to me. You could be wrong. Well, it's only that I am married to an American. I feel like an American. I want to act like an American.
Then you have no problem. Don't vote.
Could you bring me a shirt and tie? Well, they're having a press luncheon today, and they want to take some pictures for the papers. You know, just a white shirt.
Mr. Gregson, we have a problem.
Yes, all right, I spilled something on it.
This is a very urgent matter.
I'll be finished in just a minute, please, Miss Dorsey. Huh? Oh, no, not the one with the orange polka dots. Oh, yes, I know that was Timmy's Father's Day present to him. Yes, I know he'd be thrilled to see it in the newspaper. Yes, I know what the psychologist said. I know Inez. I know Inez. I know Inez. I knew I know Inez. Look, please, Miss Dorsey's trying to say something to me. She's having a... Huh? Well, I'm sorry if Timmy feels rejected. Well, I don't see you wearing those open-toed moccasins he made for you at summer camp. Now, look, dear, I'll talk to you later. Miss Dorsey's turning blue. I'll see you later. Yes, Miss Dorsey.
Mr. Gregson, we have to find a new polling place in the 85th precinct. The Bradley house won't be available.
What? Well, why not?
Well, Mr. Bradley was taken suddenly ill.
Oh, good heavens. Well, can't they just put him to bed and close the door? All we need is the living room.
You don't understand. The doctor thinks it may be scarlet fever.
Scarlet fever? Yes, but the doctor only thinks that he... I'm willing to take the chance.
The house has been quarantined.
Oh, that's great. And one day before the election.
Excusez-moi. Pardon. Is it so that a person must register first to vote?
Well, yes, that's right.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Why didn't I... I don't even know you.
Well, I'm Mrs. John Smith.
Well, Mrs. Smith?
Smith. S-M-I-T-H.
Oh, Smith.
Yes, Smith. Well, I will register now, then.
Oh, I'm afraid you're too late.
Oh, but the vote is tomorrow, and it will still be today for a long time.
Mr. Gregson, what about the polling place? I must notify my volunteers.
Well, here, see if you can find a house in the 85th precinct.
85th precinct, that's where I am.
Look, Mrs. Smith, we're too busy to... Oh, you are?
Yes.
Oh, you have a house?
Oh, yes, on Elm Street.
Oh. Well, sit down, Mrs. Smith.
No, if you are too busy.
Oh, who's busy?
Oh,
After all, it's my job to look after all my voters, you know.
Oh, thank you. You will let me register?
Well, now that's a little bit irregular, but, well, maybe something could be done.
Oh, good. Oh, would you consider using my house?
Your house? Well, now, Mrs. Smith, that's very big of you.
We'll have the booths over this afternoon.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, what's the address?
4024 Elm Street.
You know, Mrs. Smith, I wish more Americans were like you.
Oh, merci. Oh, now you will let me register.
Well, of course I will. Well, we'll see if we can't work something out. Yes, now, here we are. What's your first name, please?
Angelique.
Angelique. 4025 Elm Street. How long have you lived there?
3 weeks and 4 days.
Is that all? Well, what was your address before that?
Oh, 314 Rue du Royaume-Uni.
Huh?
Rue du Royaume-Uni.
Oh, that's in Glendale, isn't it?
It's in Paris, France.
Oh, Paris, France. Well, I should have known your accent. Well, of course. Well, how long did you live there?
Well, all my life.
You mean you've only been in this country for 3 weeks?
And for days?
Oh, well, Mrs. Smith, you can't vote until you become an American citizen.
But if my husband is an American, then I am an American.
Unfortunately, marriage doesn't automatically make you an American citizen, you see. You have to wait the prescribed 3 years and then take out your citizenship papers.
Oh, no.
I hope this doesn't change our plans.
You need the house very bad?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we could make a bargain. I'll let you use my house, and you let me vote, huh?
Oh, Mrs. Smith, I can't let you... Hey, wait a minute. I'll tell you what I might do. Hey, now, look. I'll vote for you. Oh, what am I saying? Oh.
Then you may not use my house.
Very well.
This is your last word.
Yes?
Then you may use my house.
We may? Oh, Mrs. Smith, you're a doll. And we're most grateful.
Oh, no, it's I who am grateful. Well, if I cannot vote, at least I can help. In some way. Susie, is it not wonderful?
Oh, it's lovely. Yes, it's just lovely. That is, if you like your living room furnished in early orange crates.
But it will all be changed. Those curtains, I'm making new one in pretty colors, and I will put ruffles on the top, and I will put my finest linen on the table, and I will cut flowers on the garden and put them all over
wait a minute. They just want a place to vote. They're not expecting the Taj Mahal.
The people who are coming here are coming into my home. Therefore, they are my guests. I want them to be comfortable.
I know, but you're going too far. I mean, ruffles and flowers and...
But I do not go too far. Tomorrow, when the voters come, I want them to say this is the finest voting place that ever was.
Uh-huh. And, what do you expect to hear from your husband when he comes back from Fresno tonight?
Well, he will be pleased and proud.
Any bets?
You think he will be not pleased?
Yes, I think he will be not pleased. Look, you put yourself in his shoes. You've had a hard trip. You're looking forward to coming home to your new bride in a haven of rest and relaxation. And what do you walk into? The cheery news that tomorrow 300 people will be tramping through your living room.
I did not think of it that way. He will be angry. Oh, Johnny's home.
Uh-oh, and home is where I'm going.
No,
I don't
don't
want to
leave
see.
me. I'm not a citizen.
Hi, darling. Angel, where are you? Angelique? Angel? What's going on here?
Did you ever think of knocking?
Pardon my manners, but I'm mildly curious. How does it happen that our living room is filled with voting booths?
Voting booths?
Yes, like this one, that one that I knocked down, and that one, and that one.
Oh, those.
Yes, those.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, the man did call them voting booths when he brought them in.
And this man, he just happened to bring them here?
Yes, yes. And he also happened to mention that tomorrow it's election day and that some people might be dropping by.
And all this came as a complete surprise to you.
Well, actually, it so happens. Oh, Johnny, You must think I'm very old. Oh, what's your trip?
Never mind my trip.
But you have been away a whole week and always talks about me.
Yeah, and I want to talk about you some more. Now, you did this, didn't you? You volunteered our home for a voting place.
Well, yes.
Well, honey, how could you do it without consulting me? You have my number. The least you could have done is phone me.
I wanted to surprise you.
That you did.
Well, I'm so wrong. Now, this is my first election in America, and I could not vote. And then this chance came to be a part of it, to be a good American. Now, surely this is not bad.
No, honey, no, it's not bad, but, well, if you had to volunteer, why give them our living room? We have a perfectly good garage.
But the garage is cold and dirty. Oh, Johnny, I want to have a nice, warm election.
Look, I want to have a nice, warm home. Do you have any idea what this place could look like after hundreds of people come charging through? Look, we just finished furnishing. Everything is brand new.
Very well. My husband is against it. I will not do it. I will tell the people they must find a new house by tomorrow.
Oh, now, how can they possibly find a new house by tomorrow?
Well, that's their problem. Not ours. If they cannot find a place, then the people will have to give up their right to vote. A right which Americans have fought for since the beginning of the country. A fight we in France have always admired. With the Lafayette, we gave the Statue of Liberty. We honor those who fought for cause of freedom, who were bled at Bunker Hill and frozen at Valley Forge, and who come all the way from Europe. And you...
All right. I surrender. You can have your election. It's okay.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, boy.
What does clear floor wax do? Ask any bright floor.
Clear never yellows.
That's right. Clear never yellows. Ordinary wax turns yellow on your floors like this tinted glass. But Clear with Plexon dries clear as it's clean glass. It never yellows, even in corners. For beautiful floors that stay lighter and brighter, try Clear.
Oh, good morning, madame. Welcome to our election. We have another vote.
Your name, please.
Prentice. Ellen J. Prentice. Mrs. Prentice, would you like to start with orange juice? You can have sweet roll or coffee.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, please have something.
Well,
Coffee? All right.
We've never seen anything like it before, either.
Please. Happy birthday, madame.
Madam, your ballot.
More coffee, sir. Something to collect?
Please, if you don't mind, madam, I'm voting.
Oh, no, I don't mind at all. Oh, I see you are voting for Mr. Simpson. Very good. He's in favor of...
Mrs. Smith, come away from there. You can't do that.
Pardon?
You can't tell people how to vote. That's called electioneering in a polling place. What you're doing is against the law.
Okay, oh, well, I will tell him Mr. Simpson is not a good man, and then it will be all easy.
Oh, no. You can't go poking into voting booths while people are marking their ballots. It's supposed to be secret.
I would keep the secret.
You do.
Good morning. Would you like to start with orange juice? You may have coffee. You can have sweet roll.
Hello. I want to speak to Mr. Grayson. Yes, I know. But believe me, this is an emergency.
I certainly didn't expect to stay for lunch. It seems irresistible. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Prentice.
If Mr. Gregson doesn't get here soon, I just won't be held responsible.
Hi, honey. Got some more of that cream cheese?
Ow!
Yeah, I've been waiting for you for a long time. May I say something? You serve a beautiful election.
Thank you. Oh, see, I must get more salami sandwiches.
What's the matter, friend? Can't you believe it?
No.
Well, frankly, neither can I. But if you can get the rest of the day off, this is the place to spend it. Not only that, there's a little hostess around here that is a real cutie pie.
You don't say.
President sir. You may go ahead and vote, or maybe you want to start with the salami sandwiches? Or you come home so early.
Yeah, I thought I'd vote during my lunch hour when things were quiet.
Oh, I'm just having a little refreshment. Pastry and coffee this morning and sandwiches now.
Oh, great. Well, why didn't you send out invitations? You know, Mr. and Mrs. John Smith request the pleasure of your company on Election Day. There'll be games, dancing, door prizes, and if you find time, voting.
They wish to have a nice election. Must you go so soon?
Oh, yes. Don't you know it's impolite to vote and run?
My baby's out in the carriage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Next year we'll furnish sitters.
Au revoir, madame. Au revoir, and come back.
See here, this is ridiculous.
Oh, but Johnny.
Now, don't but Johnny me. This time you've gone too far.
Hey, Frenchie, maybe you can settle this for us. This joker doesn't believe in the water tax proposition. He doesn't even know what it's about.
All I know, it's a tax, and I don't like taxes.
Look, if it pays for itself in the long run, what's the difference if it's another tax? All I can tell you is we need more revenue, don't we?
It's taxes, ain't it? I need another tax like I need a hole in my head.
You could use a hole in your head and let the stupidity run out.
How many Johnnies do you know?
I must be sure you are my Johnny. What is your middle name?
Don't be ridiculous, honey. Come on now, open this door.
No.
All right. It's Arnold. Oh, honey. Come on, you gotta get over this. Look, it's been more than a week since the election, and I've repeatedly told you have nothing to worry about.
But you didn't read what they wrote in the newspaper about me, that my election was a big mess. I have cost the government much money to do again the election.
Yes, that's true, honey, but the election was done again yesterday, and everything is forgotten.
You sure?
I'm sure.
They do not do anything to people who waste government money?
Well, yes. They re-elect them. Nothing, honey, I was just kidding. I've told you again and again you've got nothing to be afraid of, okay?
Okay.
And you'll be a big, brave girl and not be afraid anymore?
Afraid of what?
My girl. Oh, honey. Come on now, come on.
Don't answer. We think nobody's home.
Come on. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Grayson. The wind must have blown the door shut.
Oh, yes, it must have. Look, I've been wanting to talk to you folks.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Grayson. Anything to do about the election, I warn you, I will not tolerate my wife being intimidated. Whatever she did was done with the very best of intentions. She was only trying to be a good American, and I...
Oh, I know, and she proved to be a darn good.
Well, listen, it was an honest effort. What did you say?
Tuesday's revoting brought out the greatest vote this precinct's ever had. An 89% turnout. That's phenomenal.
I don't understand.
Well, they wanted to read about the big fight, and in so doing, they learned what the election issues were, and once they understood them, they cared enough to get out and vote on them.
That's amazing. Angel, did you hear it, honey?
Oh, Mrs. Smith.
Honey, didn't you hear what Mr. Grayson said? Everything's turned out beautifully.
Why, yes, that's right. Of course, we don't recommend a free-for-all every year just to alert the voters. But I must confess it certainly did the trick this time.
The government is no longer angry with me?
Au contraire.
Oh, you are no longer angry.
Oh, no, we're delighted.
Mr. Gregson, perhaps we could...
Oh, why, of course, we'd be honored.
Oh, you don't.
Don't what?
Now, I know what you two are whispering about, and you're not going to have this as a voting place anymore. Look, it cost me a fortune to pick this place up. Well, at least we got all year to talk about it anyway.
That's right. You folks talk about it.
Oh, no. Angel?
Hello, darling. I'm practicing voting.
Practicing?
Yes. Now, will you please not disturb the voters?
Well, may I ask what you are voting for?
For pledge.
Oh, pledge. Well, what does this pledge stand for?
Pledge stands for wax beauty instantly as you dust.
I see. Is it a good worker?
Oh, yes. It sprays evenly and spreads evenly, and it takes all the smudges and the fingerprints and the dirt, and it leaves a real wax shine that dries instantly.
And you sincerely believe that this pledge should be in the White House?
I believe pledge should be in every house.
Well, by George, I'll vote for that. Pledge.
Wonderful pledge.
Angel was brought to you tonight by Johnson's Wax, makers of new Pledge for wax beauty instantly as you dust. Don't miss Dick Powell's Zane Grey Theater next Thursday night over most of these same stations.
This has been a presentation of the Library of Congress. Visit us at loc.gov.